What's up, guys? So, if you've been around for the last month and a half or so, which all of you have been, you are probably aware that I have really been, like a lot of the words that I've had, a lot of the sermons, all that kind of stuff has centered around the heart of David. It's just been something the Lord has been revealing to me and showing me. And it's the same thing this week as I was kind of going over some of this stuff that he was just showing me, because David is kind of a complex dude, like there's a lot of stuff in there about him, a lot of stuff that he's written. But when it comes to the heart of David, I just feel like it's very simple. And yeah, he's a man, so he sins and he does dumb things. But at the root of everything that David is, it's very simple, and it's his love for the Lord and the Lord's house. And it's, as an overflow of that, there are many times, especially in the Psalms when David is writing, where he is writing about the joy of the Lord, and where he is writing about his joy, his personal joy that he has being found in the Lord. And as I was thinking about, what I was going to say, I just felt like the Lord was pressing on me that, again, I know I've said this before, but this is like us serving here, us being a part of this family and a part of this church and everything here. This is something that we get to do. Yeah. Like, we get to come in here and serve. Yes. And we get to be a part of what the Lord is doing in this house. And we get to come in and have the Lord's presence sweep through this room and be profound and crazy. And what really it boils down to is that this is the honor of our lives, to be able to lay ourselves down and serve his house. And that is something that I feel like David really understood. Man, I've got a lot of scriptures. I don't even think I'm going to read all of them, because y'all can go read them, okay? So, yeah. But I highlighted a couple in Psalm 4 and in Psalm 32 and Psalm 35. There are pieces in here where David is speaking about the joy of the Lord that is just overwhelming him. That he's speaking about how great the Lord is and how just overwhelmed he is with the joy of the Lord. Like, it just makes him so joyful to be found in the Lord. And then in Psalm 51, this is after he's speaking after all the stuff where he's sinned, he's committed adultery, he's had a man murdered, crazy stuff. This is after that, and he is speaking about the Lord restoring his joy, because he's in a place of despair. He's in a place where he has dishonored the Lord, and he's speaking on the only way that my joy is restored is because of the Lord. Like by myself, there's no way I would have joy. And then in Psalm 16, he is speaking of the fullness of joy coming only from God's presence. That there is, you can maybe be happy apart from the Lord, you can have moments of happiness, but true fullness of joy comes in the presence of the Lord. And that's just like, man, there's so many times I was just amazed, trying to go through and piece together all these things, because it's awesome to read. It's awesome to go through and find it all. But then the main thing that always sticks out to me with David is in 2 Samuel, when they have the ark of the Lord, and it's literally the presence of God. And he's like, all right, well, we're bringing it. Let's bring it back. And he is dancing the entire way back before the ark as it goes. And there's all these sacrifices that they're doing, all that kind of stuff, but he is so overwhelmed and filled with joy because they have the presence of God. And really what I was really struck by is in that moment, after everything that David has done for the Lord, you know, he is the one that is saying, I will give my eyes no rest until you have a place to dwell, until we have a temple that is built. And then the Lord tells him, you will not be the one to build this. Like, you're not going to be the one. After he's gone through and he's done everything, he's prepped, he's gotten everything done, and the Lord tells him, you're not going to see this done. Because of what's happened, because you're a man of war, you're not going to see this happen. And my thought when reading that always is like, man, that would suck. Like, holy crap, can you imagine, like, you do all this for the Lord, and then he tells you it's not going to be you, it's going to be your son. And just how difficult that would be. But the more that the Lord was showing me this, it was like, man, at the end of the day, David still had the joy of the Lord, and he was still pleased to be able to do it for him. He still continued in his effort to make sure everything was prepared, even knowing that he would not be the one to complete it. And it just made me think, like, come back to that. This was the honor of David's life, above being king of his people, that he had the opportunity to prepare everything so this temple could be built once he was no longer king, once he was gone. It was the honor of his life to serve the Lord. And it just to bring it back to us, and how it is the honor of our life to be able to serve the Lord. Regardless, if we are the ones that never see it happen, it is the honor of our lives to serve his house. And it really, I felt super convicted, because there was a season a little while ago where, this is just me being very transparent with you guys, we're coming in to services and everything, like, I was just in a place where my heart was not right, and I would come in and it was like, man, this is a chore. Like, I'm coming in and this is hard. Man, Matt's asking me to do something else. This is a chore. Like, and it was because my heart posture before the Lord was not correct. I wasn't viewing, and dude, props to Matt and Adrienne for just continually leading out of a place of grace, and I love you guys. But, like, when my heart was not right, Matt could still see, dude, but where does Scott go when his heart is right? Like, what level can he be at? And it was just crazy, because I literally was in a season of Matt would ask us to do something or be here for something, and my first thought was like, oh my gosh, it's just another night where I have to do something. Because my heart posture was not, it is the honor of my life to serve the Lord. It is the honor of my life to serve Scott. That was my heart posture. So, and by the grace of the Lord, he's shown me that, and he has corrected in me things. But it was just that moment of, like, man, maybe David had those feelings, maybe, but he was so joyful before the Lord to be able to do something he wouldn't even see completed, that how does that relate to where I'm at? Because my heart posture should be, it is just the honor of my life to do whatever he asks of me. Whatever small role that he has for me, no matter what it is the honor of my life to be able to do that. And I just had this thought of, like, when it comes to us serving, it doesn't matter how long you've been doing it. It doesn't matter if you are a pastor, if you serve every Sunday, if you serve once a month or just sporadically. We can all find ourselves falling into that mindset if we're not being vigilant in how we're viewing our service to the Lord. Because once you feel like you are owed something, you've lost it. Once you feel like you are owed something for coming in here and serving, dude, trust me, of all the churches that I've been to, we are probably the best at honoring each other for what we do. But I had to ask myself, if there was none of that, if there was no honor given by anybody else, are you still doing what the Lord has asked you to do? Because it is the honor of your life to be able to do it before Him. So yeah, that's just my thought, is like, as we go into service, as we go into this next week even, and beyond, where is our heart posture? Is it truly the honor for us to be able to come in here and serve Him? Or has it become like a chore? And if it has, man, you need to get with the Lord and you need to correct that. We need to be taking steps forward of getting out of that funky place of feeling like this is just a task that you have to check off. Because like I said, dude, once we feel like we are owed something, we've lost it. Because He is the one that we owe everything back to. So man, I love you guys. I want us all to be in that healthy place, because I know what it's like to be in that spot, and it sucks. It's not fun. But when your heart is right with the Lord, then you come into this place and it's just freeing. It's just, Lord, I get to be here with you. I get to be serving before you, and there's no burden of, man, I have to do something. It's just, I get to do this for you. So yeah, I love y'all. I want us to be healthy, and especially coming into a season where it's going to be busy. Wintertime is busy. Coming into Thanksgiving and Christmas and all that stuff is busy. Don't get caught up in yourself. Get caught up in the Lord. All right? Okay. All right. Love y'all.